What's up, snipers, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So we made a lot of big moves in the offseason. We traded away Luke Kuhn to the San Jose Sharks, and we picked up this guy Philip Haas, who's now our second line center. He could still grow, so hopefully he gets to like an 86 or something like that. And wow, I gave Bear Schultz back to his captaincy. In the end of last episode, he jumped back up to his 89 overall, which is really... This guy does not like being stripped of his captaincy. We know that now for sure. And then Cramps is now a guy we also signed. He was with Chicago in 2 episodes ago, but we signed him in free agency as a big signing. This guy, let's see, yeah, he puts up like really good seasons. So I'm hoping that Bear Schultz could feed him the puck a lot. Fitzgerald's also there, so you got 2 snipers with pretty much a playmaker / two-way forward. Second line looks nice. Kaprizov's down there, but we're going to give him more power play time this year. That way he could actually not complain about his ice time and all that stuff. And yeah, Surrey, third line center. We got some youngsters playing down there. Granlund's a scratch this year too. And we got some good prospects in the AHL as well. So let's see, what was I going to do? Oh yes, I remember what I was going to do now. I was actually going to try and sign a depth defenseman because we need one of those. Let me just fiddle with the power play. Oh, Kaprizov was actually already on the first line power play. That's good. Penalty kill looks good. Okay, yeah, I think everything looks fine. Yeah, okay, that's good. So let's just see what there's available. I'm going to try and get a depth defenseman because I know we need one at least. So let's get that first done, and then we'll do the entire season simulation pretty much. So depth-wise, 77, that's not bad, but can we afford him? Yes, we can. Let's just get him for 1 year. He'll play in the NHL this year, I think. Yeah, we'll get him for the NHL 1 year at 800,000. So let's him through our preseason. He should sign by closer to the end of it. Okay, so all the way to here. Maybe he'll sign sooner. Yes, he signed sooner. So there you go. We win our first preseason game against Dallas. And Philip Haas already had a goal in that preseason game. Nice. So I'll just make sure he's in the NHL because I want him as a depth guy up here. Just in case we have any injuries to our defensive core. No, he's not. Okay, call him up. Yeah, there you go. So now our scratch, we should have Granlund, him, and somebody else. So there you go. And we should be good to go. What are we listed as? Champion status now. So we picked up one guy, and we go from listed as a contender to a champion. So this could be our year, guys. So let's sim all the way to January the 1st. Yeah, right, actually, is that December 1st or January? I can't even tell. I'm going to just go up to whatever this day is. I think it's December the 1st. And we'll see how we look so far. And if we don't look that good, maybe we'll make some line changes. So scouting assignment. Let's go to WHL for 6 weeks. Not a bad preseason so far. 3-1, 4-1. And our last preseason game against the Winnipeg Jets is I don't know what it was. Okay, whatever. But we start off the regular season with a 5-1 victory. Hopefully, Cramps is going to be scoring a lot this season. I'm hoping that Bear Schultz feeds him a puck a lot, and he can get I don't know how much goals he usually scores, but hopefully a 30-40 goal season, something better than Kaprizov even. We're currently 6-1 to start the season. Wow, 7-1. This team is playing really good. Manny McQuaid is our backup this year. He was in the AHL last year. And Charlie Davidson has already broken his leg until January 11th. So that's actually a pretty bad injury, isn't it? That's not horrible. We'll move up Kilger. And then Malone has his face-off 78. We'll put Granlund in on the right wing as our depth guy. Yeah, we'll put Granlund in right there. There you go. And we'll continue simulating. Get Granlund some more points to add to his career. It's a bit weaker than normal. That's fine. 8-1, 8-2. There you go. Now we're going to lose some games just because we lost one. Chuck Knubel has been injured with post-concussion syndrome until December the 25th. What is all these injuries all of a sudden? So it's good I signed that depth defenseman, or else we would have had to put a forward in. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end the lines, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, guys, so Jacobs is just going to be taking his spot pretty much. So it's good I signed that depth defenseman. And what is with all these injuries hitting us? Damn, it's like the same injuries we've had like during that playoff round against Vegas a couple years ago. So Granlund with a pulled groin. Let's just go replace player because Granlund's already a depth player. So I guess Granlund's now fragile considering he's 36. It's pretty weird. But we're still playing good with all these injuries, 10, 2, and 2, and Granlund's back. Okay, I'd rather use Granlund in that depth spot than Hecht. I don't know how we lost all those players to injury right off the bat. How did Granlund even do during those games? Hopefully he's still putting up points at a 78. 1 assist. Okay, that's fine. Adding to his assist total, he has so much assists in comparison to goals. Like, I think he's played over 1,000 games, obviously, and he's only got like 100 and something goals. Yeah, this season we might have a chance at winning the President's Trophy if we continue the season like this, because we only have 4 regulation losses in the first 20 games. And Jacobs has been injured with a mild concussion. Damn. This injury bug is hitting the team pretty hard. So that was our depth defenseman, actually, that just went down with that injury. So I guess now we're going to have to put in a forward in that spot. The last player that's available is Hecht. He's actually got solid defensive stats. It's not the worst. Hopefully he could play solid D for us. Hopefully, what's his name? That one dude comes back soon. I think he is supposed to come back in early December, Knubel. So we should be fine in a couple days. Okay. So we are 15-7-3. We lost a lot recently just because we've been dealing with these injuries, but not too bad at December 1st. Let's go up to January 1st still, so we can get more players back from injury. And then we'll check how everybody did so far. So Jacobs is back. That's that depth defenseman. So we'll throw him back in where Hecht is. There you go. Oh, he's an offensive defenseman too. Huh, who was he drafted by? The Philadelphia Flyers. Interesting. Don't know why they didn't sign him back. Solid depth guy. Back-to-back shutouts for probably Corson. I wouldn't assume it's McQuaid because McQuaid's only an 80 unless he's grown. Yeah, we're definitely playing really good this year. 28-3. So we're going to make the playoffs for sure, but are we going to get past that first round for the first time in 2 years? I hope so. So Knubel is back from his injury. Sorry for all these injury replacements, guys. Happens so much of them. So thank you, Jacobs, for playing. Knubel's back, and he's an 83. 83. That's not bad. He was an 82, I think, last year. So Knubel has recovered from his injury. So we're almost back to full health, I think. We just need to wait back for, I think it was Charlie Davison. Could have been. Don't remember. 7-6 shootout loss against Dallas. That's a pretty offensive game. We've been in overtime for the last 5 games in a row, and really, Knubel's going to go down with another concussion, but this one's not a post-concussion syndrome. It's just a mild concussion. So he's only out for a few days. That's not bad. Still. Okay, so Jacobs, there you go. Maybe if we win a Stanley Cup, it'll change those guys that didn't want to come back for next year. It's mind, because I think we could be a championship team, but we might win the President's Trophy this year and then not do so good in the playoffs. You never know. And Knubel's already back. Holy line changes. Probably made like 5 or 6 of them already, and we're only like 10 minutes into this episode. Knubel, there you go. He's got to play better. Hopefully he doesn't keep getting re-injured. And Charlie Davison is back. The guy that broke his leg way back. He's finally back in action, so he's going to replace Granlund. Thank you, Granlund, for playing. Still at your old age. Davison, you could jump in here, and we had him as his third liner. He's actually was a really good player for us in the playoffs, even though we lost. He had 5 goals in 6 games, so our team actually looks pretty good in comparison to past years, in my opinion. 28-8-4 at January 1st, and our HL team has a winning record. That is the first time they've had a winning record since way back in the start of this series, I think. So Cramps is leading us in points. That's what I'd like to see, especially considering I signed him for 3 years at like $14.25 million. He's got 41 points in 40 games, more assists and goals, but he's still playing good. Schultz has got 36 points. Ruchin 32. Kaprizov 30 points, but he's still playing good on that second line. And how's he liking his ice time? Doesn't say anything about losing Morocco's ice time, so that's good. Dumba 27 points, might be on the decline. Fitzgerald 26 points, Morrison 16, Kilger 16. Pretty good actually all around for the team. Wow, Jared Malone, this guy we drafted way back, and he's got 12 points in 40 games, but look at that, 11 goals, 1 assist. This guy's definitely, he's listed as a playmaker, but I think he's more of a sniper. It's pretty crazy. Hawes, who we traded for, he's only got 12 points. Huh. And probably Kunin's playing better in San Jose, but whatever. This guy's at least playing somewhat solid. He's taking less penalty minutes. I'm fine with that, I guess. Hodges, Schrader, Jacobs. Okay, pretty decent all around. And in goaltending so far, Corson is playing great. He looks like he wants to win a Vezina. And wow, McQuaid, man, his career is amazing so far. 8-0 as a backup. Holy shit, 953 save percentage and a 1.25 goals against average. I bet you for sure the next half of the season that's going to come down. But what a way to start your career. Like, damn, like his first NHL game he lost in overtime last season. And then he came in this season and he's got no losses in regulation through 10 NHL games. So this guy is definitely a beast of a backup. Don't know if he's ever going to become a starting goaltender, but still. Very good performance from Manny McQuaid to start off his NHL career. Hopefully it continues for the rest of it. So let's go to the next half of the season. I don't think we're going to even have to make any moves at the deadline since we made our big moves in the off season. So we're going to go right up to the trade deadline. I don't think we're going to make moves. But I'll show you guys who gets traded from the other teams like I've been doing the last few seasons. And really, he re-breaks his leg. Charlie Davidson out till March the 28th. So he's not going to come back till almost the playoffs. Well, pretty much the end of the season. So Kilgary going back up there. I guess that gives more chances for Granlund, which is fine. Like, we still simulated good without Davison, so there you go, Granlund. Okay, there we go. We continue off 2029 with a win, and back-to-back wins, actually. 3-game winning streak, well, more than that probably because of last month. And Gene Seabrook has been injured. Damn, injury-riddled season, but a very good season so far, so I guess, yeah, we could have just went replace player, because Jacobs is the only guy that's scratched for defenseman. Nicely done, boys. We're playing great. Holy shit, this team is killing it. 34-8-4. We only have 12 regulation losses. And, okay, Seabrook's back. I wonder what what's our go-to? If it's our defense or is our forward? You know what, let's just check actually quickly because we didn't check the standings. But we only have 12 losses this season. And a Cramp's still leading the way in points. Nicely done. And we're way ahead of everybody in our division. We might have a chance at that President's Trophy, like I was saying. So, actually, that's not where I wanted to go. Why would I want to go to edit lines? I wanted to go to the standings to see how good our power play and our penalty kill and all that stuff was. Like, why we're playing so well. It might be our defense. It might be because of McQuaid. So, goals for per game. We are the top goal scoring team in the league. So, Cramps has helped us out offensively a lot. And we are one of the best defensive teams in the league. So, we're playing good in both positions. Our power play percentage is up there as well. Pretty good. 22.1%. And our penalty kill is top as well. So we're playing good in every single category. On home ice, we have a record of 15-2-3. On the road, we're 19-6-1. And our last 10, we're 10-0. Wow. Yeah, this team is definitely playing good with our cramps now. Hopefully that means we have a chance to maybe, if we win a cup in like this season, hopefully we could repeat or something like that, because we have the first line signed for multiple years, I think. Fitzgerald still has to get another bigger contract, but Schultz is still signed for 3 years. Cramps is signed for 3 years. So those two guys, though, we're going to have to make some tough decisions in the future probably. So 36, 9, and 5 coming in at the end of the month. Let's do our scouting assignment. Let's just go everywhere, because I don't really care where we scout, because if we're going to be such a good team this year, I don't know if we're going to need any solid prospects. Like, we have a really good prospect pool in the minors, or at least that medium elite defenseman. We'll check how he's growing by the end of the season and how his first season was as well. And Granlund's been injured with a concussion, so we'll just go replace player because that'll put Hecht in. Seems like everybody's getting concussions and broken legs in this team. Granlund is already back. I think it's all these injuries that's slowing down this episode. But not Kilger. I wanted to put in Granlund. I think Granlund should probably be retiring this year. I think I've usually seen him retire at 36. If he retires this year, he's probably going to be one of our franchise best players, I'd assume. Granlund's been injured again. Stop getting re-injured, Granlund. I know you're old, but you don't need to just keep on getting concussions and all that stuff. He's already back. Hopefully he does not get re-injured now. I don't know how Haas wasn't playing that good. Hopefully he has a better second half, though, because he's our second line center. How's Surrey liking his ice time? Please be liking your ice time. Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's pissed off about it. Same with Haas, so at least we're not having any complaints. Because if we had one bad guy in the locker room, that might drag down our performance. So there you go, Granlund back in there. There's another win against the St. Louis Blues against Tampa Bay, another win. Do we have an injury or is it a trade offer? It might be a trade offer because it's close to the trade deadline. Or it might be their first year that we don't get offered a trade even. Because we're playing so good already and we have depth in every single position pretty much. Pittis is gaining morale down there, so that's good. Maybe he's just a really good goaltender as a backup too and stuff like that. 35, 19, and 7. Damn, our AHL team is killing it this year and our NHL team is as well. This is a good year for the Minnesota Wild franchise. So our last game up here is on the trade deadline. Like I said, we're not going to make any moves. Our team's playing way too good. We don't need anything even. So there you go, a loss on the trade deadline now. Okay, so let's see what trades happen though around the league. We almost have 100 points already. Damn. And 60 points for Cramps. Liking that pickup a lot. So what was I going to check? Oh yeah, I was going to check the trades that happened. Let's see what trades happened at the deadline. Anybody big get dealt or whatever. Let's see. I'm going to look just for the big names, but you guys can see down there. Mallets was traded, one of our former players, to Carolina. Interesting. Same with Adam Ernie. He was another former player, I think, for a little bit. Paul Sweat, wasn't that? Yeah, I think that guy was a medium elite player. I can't remember. Busick, I know, was a first round pick back in like first year. Bourret, a lot of these guys' names sound familiar. Heskinen was traded in a 6th for a first and a prospect. Fical, wow, that was a good. Wow, why did Detroit trade away Fical? He was like a low elite, I think, and he had a lot of fights. Like, he was a good grinder. So there's all the trades. Let's just get the rest of the season done, and then we'll check the AHL and everything for points. But I'm glad our AHL team finally turned it around as well, because our AHL team was really bad for like 5-10 seasons, almost like all 10 seasons that we've had so far. Like, they never assimilated well. Like, every single one of our prospects that's in the NHL now, they were all minus players back in Iowa, so. And we're playing good throughout this entire season, which I'm liking. Almost 50 wins on the season. Yeah, I think we might have a chance at a President's Trophy unless there's another team that's killing it in the East or something. Let's scout. You know what? Scout defenseman now. Might as well. There's a win against the Devils, against Colorado now, and Cramps has been injured. Damn, that is a huge blow to the team. Let me edit the lines, guys, and I'll see you guys in a second. Okay, guys, so Kaprizov is just going to go back up to the first line where he was the last couple seasons and replace Cramps, who's back on, I think, April 2nd. But we're still winning games without him, and we got multiple players eligible to be dressed. Good. I forget who else was injured. So, anybody? Oh yes, Davison is back. He broke his leg multiple times already. Let's replace Granlund. Hopefully he is not going to get re-injured. Davison's only played like 8 games this year, hasn't he? 9 games this year. Hopefully he's healthy for the playoffs. Center-wise, wait, actually that's where I was just looking. Who else was... I think it was a defenseman. Yeah, it was... No, it wasn't. Oh, yeah, it was. Yeah. Seabrook is back as well. There you go. Okay, so our team is back to full health almost. We just need to wait on our... Not our captain, but our great player. And oh my goodness. So Charlie Davison's out till June the 14th. So I don't know what's happening with this guy, but he just can't stop breaking that leg. So I think we might have to trade him away during the offseason because he seems to be really fragile now. Damn, that sucks because he was actually a really good playoff player last year. But he only gets to play 9 games this year due to a broken leg that he just keeps on re-injuring. So I don't know what happened if people just keep going for his leg. Suray's been injured with a pull grain. At least he's back on April the 5th, so he'll be back before the playoffs. I guess that means we could pump Malone to there. And who else was scratched? Jacobs. Heck, how's your face-off? 70. That's not bad. Granlund's a good face-off man, though, right? Yeah. So you know what? Actually, we'll put Granlund as the center there. Put Malone there. And then we'll put that offensive defenseman as a forward, I guess. Yeah, he's not that bad. Since he's an offensive defenseman, he should be fine playing offense. And it's only for the rest of the season. We're going to make the playoffs anyways. 9-4 smoke of the Florida Panthers. And Cramps is back. So let me edit the lines, guys, again. And I'll see you in a sec. So Cramps is back in. Unfortunately, he still has the medical sign. So hopefully he doesn't get re-injured. But he is back. So we are good and almost back to full health for the playoffs. The HL team has qualified for the playoffs for the first time in quite a few years. I think they made it maybe in like year number 1 and 2, but after that they didn't make it since then, so that's a huge pickup. So Hecht is the guy that we want to replace, right? Actually, I had to go best lines because there you go. Yeah, Granlund, you go back down to here. Baran, you go down here. Kilger was actually on the right side, wasn't he? Yes, I remember what's the problem now. So there you go, like that. Fitzgerald there. Oh, actually not like that. There you go. Elbowing there, and there's our lines again. Defensively, I don't want Jacobs in there. I want to give Seabrook the chance because Seabrook's not growing at all really that well. But I'd rather keep him in anyways. He's been solid. So there you go. Hopefully we are full health for the start of the playoffs, except for Charlie Davidson with that broken leg. And we finished the season 56, 18, and 8. Less than 20 regulations losses, and we have won the President's Trophy for the first time in, I think, franchise history. So that is a really good season. 120 points. So let's just check the standings first, and then we'll check the player stats for both the NHL and the AHL. And then we'll see who we're up against in the first round. So we were 4 points above Pittsburgh for the first spot. So really good season for us. Less than 20 regulation losses. Goals for per game on average. We were the tied for the second best with Toronto. We were behind Vancouver. Goals against per game, we were the second best team behind Pittsburgh, who had 1.95 goals against per game. Power play percentage, we were the 5th best team with a 21.6% power play. I think it is just because of Cramps' injury that our power play dropped a bit, but that's okay. Penalty kill percentage, 86.9%. so we are the third best penalty killing team behind Calgary and Colorado. Good news. And we had 5 shorthanded goals, which was like third best in the league. We were, what was the record on home ice? 37-4 on home ice, and 26-11-4 on the road, 7-2-1 in our last 10 games. So very good performance from the NHL club. And Kaprizov ends up leading the team in points because of a cramps injury. So Kaprizov 71 points in 82 games, a cramps 68 and 75, Schultz 66 and 82, Ruchin 60 and 82. So he's actually continuing to grow. He's in 87 now. Fitzgerald 58 points, 25 goals. Nice. He should be getting a boost by that for next season. Oh yeah, we have him on a 1-year deal. We're going to have to re-sign him this year. I'm going to have to let go a lot of those guys that we signed on 1-year deals. Dumba 46 points at age 34. Pretty good. Kilger 37 points. Surrey 36. Albling 36. Haas only 33. But I don't mind still. It wasn't that bad of a year. We're going to have to re-sign him as well. Morrison 31. Granlund 27. Not bad. Only 2 goals. But probably in this last season is now a 37-year-old. Malone 25, 16 no more goals. Hodges 25 points. Wow, Hodges 25 points. That's actually a really good season for him. Baran 21 points in his rookie season. Schrader 7, Jacobs 7, Knubel 7, Hecht 4, and Seabrook only 3. But he only played, he played 78 games, and Davison had 1 in 10 games because he broke his leg so much. In goaltending, Corson 8 shutouts, 43, 18, and 8, 923 save percentage, and a 2.14 goals against average. But holy shit, boys, Manny McQuaid, 15 games played, 13-0-0. How the hell is that possible? 948 save percentage, a 1.54 goals against average. That is a really good rookie season. He only played 15 games, but never lost a single game at all. Wow. That is a great rookie season. No shutouts, but he still managed to play really good. Like, he probably only allowed like a 1 goal per game on average. Wow. Didn't expect him to be that good. Okay, now let's check the AHL. So, Cooperman 67 points, Forsberg 61, Lemaire 58, so on. Yolonen 54. He's up to a 76 now, so he should be NHL bound next season. Colombe 30 points. He's a top 6'4" potential player, so that's pretty good. How about our defenseman? What's his name? Even Martin, I think. And Tilt 16 points, up to a 74. He's going to be NHL bound probably next season as well, or the season afterwards. Martin's up to a 61 and growing. Everything is looking good. He had 7 assists this year. Pretty solid. He was a plus player as well. Gets some penalty minutes. Okay. Who else? Goaltending, how did Pittis play? Pittis was 11-8-3, not bad. 898 save percentage, and he's up to a 60, so he's actually growing faster than Salo did with us, and all that stuff. So now, the last thing I wanted to check for player stats is how good some of our players we let go of play. So, first we have to go to the San Jose Sharks and see how good Kunin played. 41 points. And he dropped to an 80. Wow, I don't know if he's not getting enough ice time over there or something. But he put up 41 points, which is pretty solid. But he dropped down to an 80 from that 85 we had him at last season. Yeah, he might not be getting his ice time that he wants. And he was a minus 27. Damn. I feel for him, though. Maybe eventually, like when he's closer to retirement, we bring him back on like a 1-year deal if he's not that bad. And we also traded away Salo. I think it was to the Buffalo Sabres AHL affiliate, which would have been... Is it Rochester still? No, might be Rochester. I think it is Rochester. Let's see, goaltenders. Yep, he played there 5-5 in 12 games, and he's up to a 74. So, yeah, that should benefit them. Hopefully, he grows for them. They don't really have any goaltending, so that's a pretty good pickup for them as well. So that both deals worked out in a way for both teams, except for the one for San Jose. Let's also just quickly check the entire league for goals and points or whatever. So point-wise in the entire league, who was it? McDavid. Okay, not a surprise. Nobody really for us up there, but that's okay. What about goaltending? I just want to quickly see if Corson had a chance at a Vezina. He should have probably won that Vezina. Wow, McQuaid. No, damn, McQuaid's pretty crazy. It looks like Matt Murray's going to take the Vezina, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Matt Murray's going to take the Vezina. Okay, so that's that. Now let's see who we're up against in the first round, and then I'll end this episode because it's been going on for pretty long now, 34 minutes. Well, actually, there's a bit of editing to do, but let's see who we're up against in the first round of the playoffs. It's going to be the Anaheim Ducks. Okay, I don't think we've ever played Anaheim in the playoffs before, so this is going to be interesting. Let's take a look at what their lines look like. Last time I saw they had Goudreau, but I don't know if they still do. Okay, so they have Junior Strong, who we seen drafted a couple of years ago, 2nd overall. They have Rickard Rakell and Michael Dalcoli, so a lot of veterans actually so far. Joe Girard, Rupi Hintz, and Howard Lowe. Third line, Taylor Radish. Wow, the return of Radish. He didn't grow much either, but he's with the Anaheim Ducks now. Callie Gortz, Brandon Bruce, Adam Lowry's still there. Yeah, a lot of old vets on this team. Nicholas Waugh and Connor Sheary. Defensively, Provorov. Wow, that's a nice pickup. And then Eric Perreault, Kazanov, Onabuyuchi, I think that's pronounced, Caleb Jones, and Cody Leopold. And in goaltending, Giftopoulos and Gibson. Okay. And injured, they have Lindholm and Howden, so they're losing out one of their top 2 defensemen due to injury, and Gavin Quint. Okay, so it's not that scary of a team. A lot of old veteran guys, and then they also have some big injuries, so I think we should be able to beat them, considering we were the President's Trophy winning team. So anyways, guys, this is going to do it for this episode of our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So next episode, we'll take on the Ducks in round number 1. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.